stuff here. I played on stage here a bunch, but never as a solo musician. It's a beautiful sounding room for both classical music and for bands and stuff like that. When I was picking the set list, I'm just kind of like, okay, I want to really take advantage of this room's acoustics because I know it's going to be really good. Also the comfortable seats, so I want to make sure that people have a relaxed time.
Hope that worked okay. Fascinated with the underclass. She broke down, and decided to act. For every new baby, investment, for every whore, relief. No matter a drunkard, a swineherd, a Spaniard, all treated equally. She has not been able to sleep since her days of Trudeau. On music, on painting, distract us with drawing. Don't let the audience die. Watch Alice get better and Peggy get stronger. Still publish once in a while.
My father was a church organist, and so they urged me into violin lessons, and which I took until 16. I don't know. I kind of wasn't into it then as a teenager for a really dumb reason, because it leaves a mark on your neck, and I was very insecure as a teenager, and I kind of just was like, I'm not going to play this instrument that's scarring up my face and keeping me from realizing all my sexual dreams. So I stopped playing the violin and started playing guitar and focusing more on piano and stuff like that. But I was really actually into composition, and that was what I loved from a kid. I was so obsessed with new music like Bartok and Ligeti and all the kind of stuff that you saw in films, sci-fi films. Like 2001 was my favorite movie when I was 5 years old, and so that was always just the stuff I wanted to make was, the music you hear in Kubrick films.
No hope for the village, no hope for the village. A merchant in our mist, and with a barrel fist, he's colored every surface, he's slapped up a portrait, and yes, it is his own. He's gonna take your home. Have you seen a visitor? Look over the treetops, newly conjured erections are making him a killing, and Richmond Street is illin'. So the graduates are willing to buy into the pillage. Now there's no hope for the village. Prisoners, be silent. Be silent and be sharp. And half a head of hair, and then as an apprentice he took a trowish mistress who bestowed upon his youthfulness a sense of champagne chic. His seduction to the world of construction. Now his mind will start to wander when he's not at his computer, and his massive genitals refuse to cooperate. No amount of therapy can hope to save his marriage. Prisoners, be silent. Be silent and be sharp. Listen through the wall.
Basically, when I was 16, I started playing in country bands, and 18, I was playing like really bad Celtic music in really bad bars. Yeah, I just had the violin because that was what was paying the bills. In an apartment, no squat, like real hard times. I was busking for a while until the local populace kind of got to know me as a pushover, and that they could just come and ask for money and I would give it to them. It was really honestly until like I was 24, 25 and student acclaimed picked me up for Vinyl Cafe. I was pretty destitute, you know, weirdo.
Listening for the spatter 30 floors below. Counting down the vultures, I will not be a fuel anymore. Once the heart that has been silent, how will they ever decipher me?
think it's just a process, you know? Like, when I first started doing Final Fantasy, I didn't own a computer. I had like nothing. I owned nothing. Like, I had nothing. I had a guitar, I had a violin, I had a bed, and I had some books. And I borrowed a looping pedal and was like playing some shows. And then as money started coming in, I bought a computer. I got a couple pedals, and then I started to think like, okay, I wanted to actually be the best violin looper, and so I developed this like multi-phonic setup and stuff like this. And then I got a band together because everyone was like, get a band together. And then after it got to a point where I'm just like, okay, I've basically built as much property as I can on my Sims plot now. You know, everybody's happy, so I'm going to turn off the Sims and play a new game. I'm just right now working on a record that, like, for the first time, I'm not thinking about, ooh, how am I gonna play it live? Like, oh, it's gotta be 8 bars of this so I can hit the looping pedal and do that. Now I'm just kind of like, I wanna have a sound that sounds like this. And I'm like, okay, let's make that sound. Here it is on the record. Then I wanna have, you know, a big gong and, you know, a fish. And so that's kind of how I'm making this record, so it doesn't, I'm not thinking about how it's being performed. I have no idea how I'm even gonna tour it. So this show, I'm kind of playing a couple of the new songs, but in a very traditional form. I'm just gonna sing my way through them, because they're good songs, and I want people to hear them.
keeping the order. Silver is nothing more than the displacement of water. It's a trick of the light on the face of your daughter and or your son. The rising tide of intellect, your room a holy mess. A copy of the dispossessed, your room a holy mess. You say you'll never go home, but the truth is you never left it. At the top of the canyon we look down at what can be created. Vote by bill by vote. Vote by bill by vote. You stand in a city that you don't know anymore, spending every year bent over by the weight of the year before. You stand in a city that you don't know anymore. You try to rule the world, but you couldn't get beyond the front door. Was a kid without a heart, but just an empty cavity. A hole to be filled with multitudes around me. So why didn't you say, why didn't you say so when you could see? You gotta call the whole thing off, get up before the drop. We gotta call the whole thing off, get up before the drop. Oh, God in the road, God in the road. Oh, God in the road, God in the road. Oh, God in the road, God in the road. Oh, God in the road, God in the road. I stood for a city that I don't know anymore. No, I don't know anymore. I stood for a city that I don't know anymore. No, I don't know anymore. I stood for a city that I don't know anymore. Spending every year bent over by the weight of the year before. I started from a city that I don't know anymore. See the sun coming out as we walk the last mile of the lake shore. Cry myself the Prince of Buzz. Can't wait until you, can't wait till you unsubscribe. I'll be a holy scribe. But what if they like it? Lock us in a canopy with your accordion until we can all love. We can get along. We can get along. us. They'd never leave their homes. We can get along. We can get along. Montreal, muddy, it's young, but Montreal won't break us down. Trud to keep the crowds away. Trud to keep the crowds away. Thank you so much. Thank you, Massey Hall. Thank you, Polaris, and thank you, Tony Tagot. If I wake before the sun rises, I remember stories old, told to me by my mother's voice. As the sky, it turns from grey to gold. She told me of the day she learned that madness is a man. Oh, madness is a